It's BBC Radio Stoke. Terry Walsh here with you through until 4. Now, we always like to talk to local singers, and we've got a lot of talent in this area, and we know that because we're a very creative county. And somebody who popped by BBC Radio Stoke a few days ago was a local singer-songwriter called Lissy Taylor. And we asked her to come back and join us, and she's here now. Hi, Lissy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, now you actually grew up, and one of the reasons why we asked you back was because you grew up in Trentham.
Yeah.
And then you went to live in Kentucky for a while, and now you've come back, and we thought, well, there's a nice story to talk about there. And you're a musician, and you're a singer, and you're a songwriter. So let's go back to the basics. You were brought up in Trentham.
Yeah, I went to the Priory Primary School, and that's really where I got more involved with music, because I was a really shy little girl, and I think by the time I was in year 6 I was singing in the school musicals and things like that, and then my interest in music really grew from there.
I know you were listening earlier on to our interview about the Regent Theatre, and the musical that they're putting on there, High School Musical. And did what you hear there, did it ring bells from your experience in America?
It did. There are groups of people in Kentucky that always stick together just because they're similar, but I think you get that in every high school in some way. But it was just funny in America going there. I was obviously expecting kind of the High School Musical vibe, and it was similar to what I got, but everyone that was there was so lovely, and I do think that I've made friends for life from being over there and just getting used to the culture, because it was a big change, but once I adapted to it, I fit right in.
So why did you go to Kentucky in the first place?
We moved to Kentucky for my dad's job. He worked with Xerox, and we've just moved back this June.
Yeah, so how long were you there for?
We were there for about 2.5 years.
And so how old were you when you went then? Because you're, 17 now, is it?
Yeah, I was 14, turning 15 in the March. Yeah. So I've just turned 17 now. So it was about 2.5 years. And
when I think of southern states in America and the musical influences there, I think of things like rhythm and blues. I know that we talked about country music as well. Mm-hmm. We talked about before we started talking on the radio. And there's also jazz. So has that affected what you have written about how you play?
Yeah, I think the country aspect especially has impacted how I play, because over there I would be listening to country music all the time on the radio. And also I went to school with people that loved country music. They just lived and breathed it. So all the time it was around me. And I do think that it's impacted me, because I've even written some songs that do have a hint of country in them as well.
So before you went out there, what sort of music were you playing here?
Here I was playing a lot of covers, and I do kind of Ed Sheeran, Amy Winehouse, Oasis, that kind of thing. And then when I moved over there, that's really when I started writing, because I just felt like I wanted more to play, and I got tired of playing the same songs. Even though I enjoyed it, I just wanted something more.
So what about your school friends then? What did they think about the music that you played, like the Ed Sheerans and that type of music? What did they think of that?
They liked it. The friends that I had at school were really into music as well, so they'd come and see me play if I was playing anywhere in a coffee shop or a restaurant. They were really supportive, so that was nice. And I'd play guitar with them as well, because some of them would play and sing.
Now, I know that when you were out in Kentucky, you actually recorded your first album, didn't you?
Yeah, I got to record Reminds Me of You at Broken Crow Studios, and that was in Lexington, Kentucky, where we lived. And that was such a cool experience, just being in the studio and recording. It was my first time, so I was really excited, and it was just such a nice process. And we got Nashville musicians to come to us, and they were such nice guys, considering that they'd played with like Bruce Springsteen, so, and big names like that. I was expecting them to kind of have maybe a bit of an ego or be very kind of sharp, but they were so nice and well-rounded and kind. So it was just such a lovely experience to be with them and learn from them.
I think, as we all know, getting a recording music is not an easy thing to do. Did you have to self-fund it, or was it actually funded for you?
It was self-funded, so my parents helped me a lot in having money for it, but also when I'd play over there, I used all my money that I'd made from just playing in restaurants and things and tips to help
pay for it. Yeah,
to help pay for it.
So you actually were, even as a young teenager, you were playing in restaurants then?
Yeah, I'd play in restaurants in Lexington and coffee shops, and I just managed to save as much money as I could from that and the tips that I'd get as well to go towards my CD.
How important is it doing things like that, public, kind of playing in public, to get the feedback and to build up your confidence, etc.?
Playing in public is massively important to being an artist, just because not only does it build your confidence when you're starting out, you need to be pushed, but also once you've got your confidence and you're playing gigs regularly, people will come up to you and you will get more gigs from just playing there as well. They might say, oh, like, I've got a wedding or I've got a party, will you come and play there? And it's all about networking.
So you've come back. So what are your plans now?
So I'm really excited. This week I'm going to be at Lee Fest in the Tunbridge Wells. It's called the Neverland. And I'm going to be warming up for Jake Bugg, who's going to be playing on the Friday. I'll be playing Friday afternoon and he'll be on in the evening. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, how did you get that gig?
One of the festival organisers heard my music and he contacted me while I was in Kentucky and said, I heard that you're an English musician, when will you be over? And it all went from there.
So how did he hear your music? Do you market it on the internet? Is that an important tool these days?
Yeah, I'm on Spotify and iTunes, YouTube. I have my own website as well, which is helpful. And it's all about your presence online also, because you can't be everywhere at the same time. But with the internet, it's almost like you can be, because it's so accessible to most people.
Yeah. So you're playing at this concert. And I know that you say you're doing it on. Is it on Saturday? Tell us about the concert then.
I'm gonna be on the Friday, and on the Friday, Jake Bugg's headlining, and so is Annie Mac, who plays on the Saturday. So it's gonna be pretty big. It started originally in Lee Denny's back garden in 2006,
wow.
And it does a lot to support children's charities and children's cancer charities, which I think is great. And it is a family orientated festival, and it's called the Neverland because it has kind of the Disney vibe. It has 3 different tribes. It has the mermaids, the pirates, and then the Lost Boys, and that's kind of divided up into the festival, and there's a lot of different activities and things to do. It looks really fun, so I'm really excited about it.
So you should be. So what are you going to play for us? You brought your guitar with you?
Yeah, I'm going to play a song that's actually not on my my first album. I'm going to play one that I recently wrote. It's called Backseat of a Daydream.
Okay.
Like the sunrise, you warm me up. Oh, your favorite shirt, the one with Jim Beam on. I listen to your piano, taking you to another place. I like to watch your concentrated face. 'Cause if I could, I'll pick you up at your house. I'll be standing by my car. You'd come and kiss me in your front yard. No wonder if you would run away with me. We could live in the backseat daydream. You'd ask where we're going, I'd say I don't mind, as long as you're coming. I don't care, you can decide. Just keep driving, listening to old rock and roll, and I'll make some money with my guitar so we can retire when we get old. 'Cause if I could, I'll pick you up at your house. I'll be standing by my car. You'd come and kiss me in your front yard, and I wonder if you would run away with me. We could live in the backseat of my daydream. Just to be with you, and I'd fight distance and time till they let me see you. If I could, I'll pick you up at your house. I'd be standing by my car. You'd come and kiss me in your front yard, and I wonder if you would run away with me. We could live in the backseat of my daydream.
Brilliant. Well done.
Thank
Great
you.
one. Yeah, that sounded great. Well, thanks ever so much for coming in. Good luck at when you have your next your gig. I say it's going to be sounds great. If people
Thank
want to
you.
find out more, what's your website?
It's www.lissytaylor.com, and that's got all my information on, all my contacts, everything I'm up to.
Brilliant. Well, good luck. Keep in touch with us as your career progresses, and if you have any local concerts, let us know, and we'll give them a plug
For
as
sure.
well.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's BBC Radio Stoke. It's just after 3:20. Let's find out what's happening on the roads of Staffordshire and Cheshire.